active lifestyles. The launch of the rink and the Community Active Fund programs going back to May of 2009 has already announced in the province of Nova Scotia 72 projects, actually correction, 73. We announced one in Truro yesterday. And of these 73 projects, 68 are either currently underway or already completed, for a total of $27 million through this program. Today's projects also provide a quality of life infrastructure that will help communities attract business investment, new residents, and I would say also support existing population growth in places like Halifax. The government recognizes that projects such as these are a vital part of our economic and social physical health and well-being in Atlantic Canada. And I'm told that through ACOA alone, in the last 3 to 4 years, we've seen an investment of over $12 million in sports and recreation facilities here in HRM. So in closing, Your Worship, friends, I'd like to extend my thank you to all of you and all of the partners in particular that made these announcements possible. HRM and the Council, the Wanderers Amateur Athletic Club, and the Rugby Foundation of Canada, well represented here. Guys, it's great to see you. And I know that, that those involved in the partnering of these projects will see them through to a successful completion. As well, the government appreciates the initiative of the Bedford Beaver swim team, who helped identify the need for the upgrades at the pool. These partners, team players all, are vital to the success of projects such as this. With matching dollars today, the investment has a total value of over $2.1 million. And the contributions of community-minded individuals and groups like these and many others are vital to the continued success of our region. So I thank you all again for joining us here this morning. I congratulate you on this very special occasion. I want to thank in particular Paul Moore and Aaron Walker from ACOA for helping organize today's gathering, and I wish you all the very best for the holidays. Thank you very much.
Now I'm going to call on His Worship Mayor Peter Kelly. I noticed Jennifer Watts. I just want to acknowledge her attendance here as well. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Dan. And one thing about going after Peter McKay is that it's all been said and done, which is good. He's very, very thorough. But on behalf of Halifax Regional Council, I want to say welcome, one and all. Thank you for joining us here today. And I want to thank the federal government for the continued investment in our sport infrastructure. This is about health, safety, and well-being, although rugby is on the question mark about health and safety, but we think it's important to continue to invest in these kind of sport infrastructure. It's important for our future, and it's important that we also take the opportunity to plan for these events down the road, such as the swim championships to come, as well as to fix the basketball courts, the tennis courts, and the outside hockey courts as well. So on behalf of the council, thank you for the investment. If there's any extra dollars left over in this fund, we're more than ready to take it on at any time. And I want to say thank you for being here today.
Now I'm going to call on the third Peter Bowditch, representing the Wanderers Athletic Association. Peter.
Well, it should be easy with 3 Peters anyway for the conference. Mr. McKay, Mayor Kelly, ACOA guests, HRM staff, and friends of rugby. First of all, I'd like to introduce the Wanderers Athletic Club, our member clubs, and why we came together. And there's fellas here, Mike Sinclair, Ryan Kells, Tim Keddy, Blair Gallant, Jeff McGrady, Walter Thompson, Jeff McClatchy, John Gillis, and Chapman Swain from the club, and I believe Megan Kinsman as well, too, of our women's club. This group, we all have day jobs, believe me, but we all have in common the affinity of the game of rugby. The original Wanderers Amateur Athletic Club, created in the late 19th century on the very grounds we're talking about today, was the Eastern Canadian powerhouse of its time. It fielded competitive teams in a variety of sports, most notably rugby football. Ever since the venerable and the original, we'll call it the WAC, closed up in the 50s, we have more or less attempted to reinstate the game's presence on this field using this facility. The building is adjacent to our main playing field of the game of rugby here in Halifax. Rugby reclaimed it briefly in the 90s, but ultimately couldn't save it until now. We were asked to come together by the current club membership to stop the pending demolition of the Navy League Dry Canteen, which is a successor to the old Wanderers Clubhouse, built on the original location during the war years, and subsequently used by many athletic teams of all stripes. With the cooperation and patience of the very helpful HRM staff, negotiations began, which led to where we are today. We created the Wanderers Amateur Athletic Club initially, made up of the group I just introduced and the member clubs, the Halifax Rugby Club and the Halifax Tires Club, to participate with the HRM. The purpose was to rejuvenate the current facility to provide upgraded athletic facilities with a capability for banquet and conference right here in the Wanderers grounds. We partnered with the Canadian Rugby Foundation, who is assisting us in the administrative support and our fundraising to support the project. Our sole purpose was to put rugby in Halifax, and by extension Nova Scotia, on a solid footing to develop and grow the game. So we have to consider this a very bright day for rugby in the HRM in Nova Scotia. We now have a fixed address in Halifax. Now we can say that changing of the parking lot and all kinds of weather will now be limited to some of the away locations that we go to. We must extend our thanks to the HRM Council and staff, in particular Petty Jane Temple and Phil Townsend, I know she'll kill me for saying that, who have diligently worked with us to make this a reality, and we still need you to put this together. I want to thank the Federal Sports Infrastructure Program. The vision is coming together as we enter our final stage of fundraising. This announcement today by Minister McKay is a major step forward. The project will give us a base to develop our high school development programs, women's and men's clubs, and provide a base for training of all our young participants, and also keep the old guys moving as well too. Rugby Sevens is a Canada game sport and has been included in the 2016 Olympics. And with the talent we have here in Nova Scotia, finding and developing those athletes can be one of the many goals we can now concentrate on. So in closing, as we plan ahead with HRM as facility managers of this newly renovated building, we can look forward to the reality of a top-notch facility to develop our game. Right in downtown Halifax. Included in our planning would be to make available banquet and conferencing, enhancing the downtown core as a place of choice for amateur sporting and public events. And once again, we thank you, Minister McKay, Mayor Kelly, HRM Council and staff, and the ACOA team for your support. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Peter, and once again, thank you, Mr. Minister. And that concludes our program for this morning. Please feel free to have some refreshments afterwards and season's greetings. Thank you.
Just want to say thank you. Congratulations. I'm so glad you're saying this. To me, that is so important. I've had so many people playing good years. It was that close to demolition. You were able to pull it back.
No, Jeff actually came to me because this probably a year ago.
Okay. I know John Gillis very well.
Oh, you know John? Sure.
Yeah, he's a member of the Commons Board.
No, I remember this building out. There's a lot of it. Still able to play. When my knees would still allow me.
I think we all have that problem. Anyways,
Have a
thank
great
you so
holiday.
much.
Okay. Yeah.
Coach,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks very much for your help.
Thanks very much. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. You ready for the holidays?
You bet.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pretty got 2 little ones, so we got to be prepared.
How old?
2 and 7. Yeah.
That makes Christmas very special.
Very fun, yeah. Absolutely. How about yourself?
Well, I won't actually get into true Christmas mode for another couple of days. I've got to go to Washington for meetings there this week. Back to Ottawa for a day or two. Home on the 21st.
You'll be here picked over.
Yeah, I'll be home.
Nice. Well, enjoy.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy holidays. Take care.
Scooch. Good one.